Oh, right. Yeah, go ahead.
Fix this chair.
We're starting a little early.
Hey there, folks. So, we're gonna be starting a little bit early today. It's fine. I'm Seth. I talk Star Wars with Caleb. He's just ran to go. He's not feeling the best. He's gonna grab some medicine to feel a little bit better. And then we've got a little game to play, because this is a season finale of Season 2 of Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. And I have no idea what he has planned, other than I have to figure out the timeline of all of the content that we have created for this show. Wish me luck, because I'm pretty sure that I am thoroughly boned. And I have no idea what to expect. The original plan for today was to make this into a drinking game. I'm not sure if that's still the plan. I don't think it is. If it is, oh well, I'll just take a nap before I go to work. So I'd ask you how your week is going. So how is your week going? Oh great, the board. Oh no. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah, I'm very proud.
Oh, are you? Are you now?
Pick that up. There we go. I'm very proud. So we
I've
have
explained a little bit of what's going on.
we've got a game today. So you got some freebies.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fuck me. I have to know the year. Oh fuck.
So I categorize these.
Mm.
And then this half will be where you can write.
Okay.
So we're doing a game where Seth has to figure out where in the timeline everything happened that we've talked about this season.
Mm-hmm.
Legend stuff I gave you as a freebie. You don't have to know any of the legend stuff.
All right.
So Visions, that's the Visions one shot. Ronin, a Visions novel. Visions Volume 1 and 2. The Peach Momoko one shot. The Old Republic Legacy of the Sith. DLC. And the 2 Lego Star Wars stuff. We talked about Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation.
All right.
I will put this down for now. And I will explain some more of the rules.
Yeah.
Because I have rules.
There are rules apparently.
Yes. And
Namely, most of them concerned with me not cheating, because I straight up told him I was gonna cheat, and then proceeded to prepare nothing.
Yeah,
to
you
help
prepared
me cheat.
nothing, strangely enough. Like, I gave you opportunity. I said this could be open notes to a degree. There were certain notes you couldn't have, but,
Yeah.
like, I was like, for the most part, you can, like, still have the names of everything, like, out and ready. I'm going to have my phone ready because we're going to need a timer.
Oh, I'm being timed? Well, I would have to be, because there's only so long we can do the show.
Yeah, there's only so long we can do the show. So, obviously, let me pull up the rules.
All right. What are the rules?
Hold on, they're in my... I have to go to my documents. I came up with these today.
Today, okay.
But I think, well, last night.
Last night.
Because I was writing it down, and I was going to write way more on that board. I ended up not doing. Here, you're going to need this.
Oh, okay.
That's your marker. So...
Not. Oh, no.
You will start...
Subscription canceled.
So you are going to start the game with 8 free points. You got 8 points off the bat, because the freebies from Legends.
All right.
So for each thing you identify, it's a point.
Okay.
Each round that we will do, we'll start with you picking a year off the board. And you will then have to place events that you think were in that year into that spot for a point. So,
I'm so fucked.
So basically, and I'll explain what years you've got. So you've got 382 BBY, which has 18 events that took place in it. That's what each number under that is for.
All right.
232 BBY, which had 8 events. 231 BBY had 9 events. 230 had 12. 229 had 3. 41 had 1.
Oh.
40 had 1. 35 had 1. 32 had 2. 22 had 5. 19 had 1. 18 had 1. 14. There's a lot of ones. So much so that at the end of each round, for each event that you put into the correct year, you get a point. But then you get an extra point if you put it in the correct spot within that year.
Okay.
So if you like put them in the right order within that year,
All right.
you get an extra point. At the end of the round, I will erase any events that were incorrect in that year, and you will receive your points.
All right.
And then you can spend your points. This is where it gets tricky. You can spend your points to clear out sections that you are unsure of if you have enough points for that individual year.
All right.
So say you saved up 6 points. You can then wipe out 4 ABY and go, I don't know what all happened there. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to
All right.
use my 4 points to knock that out. That means, though, you lose those 4 points, and they are no longer your points. We also have a tracker for your points. You can also do that. You can also clear out multiple years if you have the same number of events, if they have the same number of events in them. So, like the ones, like I said, there's a lot that have one event in them. In fact, there are 12. So if you have 12 points, you can just go, I just don't want to solve any of the one event years.
Yeah.
So I've saved 12 points. Boom. All the one event years are cleared, and I fill them in. And then it's 6 points for the two-year events, because there's 3 of them, so 2, 4, 6. And then 9 points for the 3-year events, 3, 6, 9, because there's 3. You then win. Here's how you win. You have to have at least half the points still left over once the entire timeline has been filled.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's 382 plus 35?
What do you mean? No. You would the events.
No. I'm trying to figure out how many years this actually takes.
Oh.
Just a heads up, I'm covering what is around 430 years of history in Star Wars in their timeline.
To be fair, you're only going over 110 items, 8 of which I've already given you.
All right.
So, yeah, that's the total number of points. Well, it's actually double that in reality. You could get 220, but I made 110 the possible points. And then,
right.
So you need 55 to win.
Okay.
And then we total it up once the board's been cleared. So, we'll go ahead and just jump in.
All right.
So, go ahead and pick a year.
I'll start with... Well, I don't fucking know where any of this takes place. I guess I'll start with 0 ABY.
Okay, 0 ABY. There's only one event that takes place that year. Let me, on my end, pull up what that one event is.
Let me write down what I think it is.
Yeah, I'm going to go. So for each time, you have technically 3 minutes on the clock. I assume you're not going to need 3 minutes to write that down, but I'm going to go ahead and start the time. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll start the time.
You can go on and start the time.
All right, we're starting the time now. Yep. He now has 3 minutes.
You can read cursive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I do. I'm looking at it on my computer.
I hope I'm right about this. I have no certainty of it, but I think...
Oh, yeah.
Because it's... I have no certainty of this.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. I got your mic.
I think this is what it is, because something significant is supposed to happen in year 0.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what the rest of the timeline is based off of, right?
Yep. The entire Star Wars timeline is based off that one event. So you got it written down?
Yeah, I have it underlined because
okay.
It's one of the things that I'm pretty sure is important.
So let's go ahead and flip the board for the audience. It is the Battle of Yavin, but what is the event that we? What is the book comic thing we talked about?
Man, I don't know.
That you are on the, so we're not talking about specific events. We're actually talking about the. So when I say events, I mean like what book, what movie, what comic, what TV show. Sorry, that's on me. I called them events just because I didn't know what else to call them. Because it's weird to say, oh, what piece of media. Really, it's just easier to say event.
The only two I can.
I got it.
Three. Rogue One feels too early.
We also did not watch Rogue One.
That also is not one of the things we watched. So it would have to be one of the comics, right?
It is a comic.
Is it the mainline? One of the mainline comics?
It is one of the mainline comics. Yeah, I know, it's so tricky. So, and you still have a minute, actually, so.
It's not 2014, because I don't think we read that one.
You mean 2015? It is a 2015 run. It's actually, I believe, the only 2015.
It's just the mainline 2015.
It's the only 2015 volume we read. It's one of the volumes, because remember, we're counting each volume individually.
Would it be like volume... Is it volume 2, 3? Volume 2. Fuck it, I'll go with that.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
So he said volume 2. Sorry, his mic's away, so you might want to one-hand it.
Volume 2, right?
No, it is volume 5.
Fuck.
Yoda's Secret War. It's the one where Yoda fought the Rock people. When Luke was reading Yoda's journal. I know that was a tricky answer.
I got it wrong.
Because
I was right as for when it happened, but not
which is specific volume. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem. So yes. So
I get the sense that I'm going to be right about generally when things happen, but not the piece of media.
Yeah. So BBY stands for before the Battle of Yavin. ABY is after the Battle of Yavin. So this is technically 0 ABY. But a lot of Wikipedia also places it when the events of the Yoda flashback take place. I don't do that. So, thank you. So the way I'm doing this, so we're clear on the rules. I also would not place it near pointing at my computer with that fan going. I'm holding it. Don't worry. Oh, I will erase it. Don't worry. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So, to be clear on the rules.
Yeah.
I am placing things at when they end in the timeline. The exceptions are like if there's like a framing device, I don't count the framing device. I count the story. Which means I broke my rule here because technically Luke reading the journal is the framing device for this one. And we'll say this one's still 0 ABY because the main story is Luke reading the journal. Yoda's thing is, while yes, that's our main thing, it takes place during that Luke learning Jedi shit. It's very confusing because there are certain ones that have a framing device piece where it happens, and I don't count them. So, like, for example, I know the Queen's Trilogy, which we have read we read 2 out of 3. One of them has the framing device of it ends with the Revenge of the Sith, her dying, and I'm like, no, we're not counting it there. We're counting it when the book takes place. So, yeah. Anyways, let me go ahead and erase this.
All right.
Oh, no.
You have an actual... Oh, yeah. I don't know what. I was like, all right, man.
And then we're going to... You don't get a point.
All right.
But we are going to put it on the timeline officially. All right. Next up.
All right.
Time for you to pick another year.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And we can cross out that.
So, well, clearly, by starting with that one, we should jump all the way to the year.
Are you going? So what is the strategy behind this? Are you now going
There
to go?
is no strategy.
Okay.
The strategy is I pick a number and guess.
Because I wasn't sure if you were going to go for like some high points first or some low points, and so I didn't know like what the plan was
The
here.
strategy is to be crazy and hope it works. The fuck happens in 18 BBY?
18 BBY. Yeah, there's one piece of material. Are you? Is that the one you're going with?
No, I just wanted to know.
That's not how this game works.
All right.
You're supposed to tell me.
I'll start with 35 ABY.
Okay, so we're going to go with an ending one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's a bit of a cheater.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to clear that now. It is part... So, if it is part of a anthology short story collection, which is what 35 is,
Yeah.
then I count the furthest story in that anthology.
All right.
And so, this one's a bit of a cheater in that we don't know when that story takes place, but it has to be after the rest of the films.
Yeah.
So I put it there.
Okay.
Because 35 is after all the movies.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it's fuck. What is the name of? It's Tales from the like. I want to say Halcyon Legacy, but that's not the name of the.
Let me double check that I put that on there, because you might have gotten me on something that I forgot to count.
All right.
So hold the board real quick.
Yeah.
And actually put it in front of you so that way I can
So
look
that
at
I
my...
can-
Yeah, so I can look at my stuff without you cheating.
I'll cheat, but I'll let you know I'm going to cheat beforehand.
Yeah. Okay, I did put it in there. It is not in that year.
Oh, it's not?
No. It takes place while the movies are still occurring.
Oh.
Which makes sense because we're still dealing with the First Order.
I figured they were like a remnant cell of the first one.
Yeah, unfortunately that is the First Order proper. You're good.
Man.
Did you want to make that your year, I guess? Should we have started the timer?
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay. We'll start the... Hold on. For some reason I accidentally added an hour. There we go. You don't get a full hour on one category. Especially when it's only got one piece of...
That'd be a bit ridiculous. All right.
Like I said, this is... So it's not a comic. It is a book. And it's a short story collection.
It's not.
Like I said, this one's going to be cheating. You're going to be mad at me that I put it here. And so will a lot of people at home. But it makes sense because of the last story. And I put... It is the third in an anthology series. I'm giving so many hints on this one, but because it feels unfair.
Tales of the Light and Dark?
No. No. Tales of Light and Life, or wait, which one? Because we also did Light and Dark.
Yeah, that's
Jedi, because there was the Jedi one, Tales of Light and Dark, which is what, the Jedi one?
It's the Jedi.
And then there's the Tales of Light and Life, which is the High Republic one.
Yeah.
But those aren't part of a series. This one is part of a series.
Oh. No, that doesn't make any sense. Why would the Princess and the Scoundrel be here?
Well, that's
They're
also
dead.
not an anthology.
They're both dead at that time, so that doesn't work.
It's also not an anthology.
Yeah. How many fucking anthologies did we read?
There's at least, I believe, at least one more that we read.
Oh, God damn it. Okay. Well, I don't know.
Okay, so we're just going to
Yeah.
not give you the point on that one.
Yeah, I'll accept that loss.
It is, from a certain point of view, Return of the Jedi. My reasoning is the Wills section at the end, because there's that Wills, the Return of the Wills. and the Wills are the keepers of the story of Star Wars, and therefore we know they cannot be around during the events of Star Wars.
Okay.
And so the only place I can put them is at the end of the timeline.
All right. I'm
And
a little heated on that one.
like I said, you will not be happy with that one.
Okay, but I understand why.
And
I'm not happy about it, mind you, but I
hey,
get it.
cheat code for the future episodes. Whenever we get to the other, from a certain point of views, they all end with stories from the Wills.
Mm.
So there's a little cheat for when we get back to this.
All right.
Although we're not doing from a certain point of view for a while again, unless they do a Phantom Menace one for the 20th anniversary soon. So that's. I'll probably have to do shortcuts on these soon. Because there's just too many things. Most of these do have short names, so we can always.
Alright.
So that's 2 for 2.
So that's 2 for 2, and I'm not doing great. So you know what? We're going to shotgun blast this one. Take me to 382 BBY.
So this one you are going to need the timer for.
Alright.
Because it's 18 of them that he's going for.
Mm.
Just for the audience at home.
Alright. You ready for this?
So here you go.
Okay.
Well, here, take the board.
No, hold on. Because this is just a smart ass answer.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, yes. Yes. It's almost exclusively High Republic stuff. It's just... So I don't know how clear it is in the video. He's just putting High Republic Phase 2. That is the technically correct answer, but not the answer we're looking for.
That's like, what happened in this year? I don't know, the year 19 whatever to whatever. That's what happened.
That is the technically correct answer, but that will not get you points.
Yeah.
Do you want to take it seriously?
In all seriousness, though. I'm imagining...
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and...
Yeah. Clearly, the first thing that happens is High Republic, the Blade.
So, well, go ahead and write down the order you think they happened in.
Blade.
Yeah. Blade. Electric Boogaloo.
Mm-hmm. Followed up by the Blade leads into Path of Deceit, I think.
And you can shortcut them. You don't have to write the full names for all of them.
Path of D.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll know what you're talking about.
And that leads into not the Battle of Jeddah. The Battle of Jeddah happens a little bit later. What the fuck is the name of the book that has...
I will give you book names if you can tell me what it's about.
Okay. It's the one where they're like, we're gonna try and get Arum and Orono to agree to the idea of a peace treaty.
Convergence?
Convergence. Cataclysm into convergence. Which is what I think happens. Because things have to get worse before they start to get better. Cataclysm. Chris Evans have 3 humps.
Yep.
Then convergence happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna need your help.
But convergence isn't really convergence. It's more like people converge next week. I'm jumping a lot.
I mean, the good news is even if you think you're wrong about specific placement,
Mm.
you still get a point as long as they do belong in that year.
Alright. And then after Convergence, there's not Tempest Runner. Tempest Runner happens way later in the timeline. Fuck. After Cataclysm Convergence. Battle of Jeddah does happen pretty soon, but slightly before that is Sav Maligan's Padawan Detour.
And I did count volumes 1 and 2 as two different
Okay.
things, so
Let's do everything. Fuck.
yeah.
Sav's S Wacky
So.
Adventure. That's what that's gonna stand for.
Volumes 1 and 2, or volume just
Part
1?
1.
Part 1? Okay.
Then
So
there's
that brings you back over here.
High Republic comic.
Oh, the main line.
Mainline. HR.
That one also had 2 volumes.
I'll consider it volume 1.
Okay. Since you're on a roll, I will let you continue because this
Alright.
is a lot.
Yeah. And there's another book or a comic in here, but fuck it, we don't really care because I don't remember what was important about it. So we're just gonna go Battle of
The Big J. Battle of the Big J.
Battle of J.
Yeah.
B of J.
B of J. Keep going, keep going.
Alright, so after that we have what was it? I'm gonna assume that
Do you want to tell me what it's about?
what, the Battle of Jeddah?
No, the thing that you're trying to remember. Or is this a... Or are you just not sure that it goes there?
No, it has to happen after that. I keep wanting to call it the Night of Tears, because that's like the in-world thing for it.
Yeah, talking about the Battle of Delna thing?
Yeah, but I don't remember what the book is called.
Okay, it is Path of Vengeance.
Yeah, so Path of Vengeance happens. So
Path of V?
POV.
POV? Okay, POV. Yep. We've got our B of J and our POV, which makes
Yep.
sense. They go together often.
All right, which is followed up by the return of the HR.
Well, yeah. You know, if you have a B of J and a POV at a workplace, then yeah, the HR is going to get involved.
Yeah.
This is main comic volume 2?
Yep.
Okay.
And Sav's Wild Adventure Part 2,
Okay.
I think, is what happens next, which I'm fairly certain of.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10.
What the hell happened in this year? This series of
You are missing some short stories.
Oh.
You're also missing a comic.
Edge of Balance happens. Somewhere in here, I think. Not Edge of... Is it the Edge of Balance? Or is that the one they use for the manga ones? Or is that a different thing?
So the manga are called Edge of Balance.
Okay. Edge of B. V3. Which is weird because it takes place before the rest of them. Not like for the other Edge of Balance is not for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I know what you meant.
Yeah. happens some point in between over here.
I love how it's just becoming a like.
I think.
Okay. So you still
I-
have 6
Uh,
more, because that's 12.
Fuck it, I'm done.
Okay.
Sam's Wild Adventure.
These are the only 2 that don't actually take place where you guessed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As far as the order,
Yeah.
the Blade is not first.
The Blade isn't first?
No.
Hmm. To avoid cheating, I'm gonna look at this little cat in this egg.
So you are still missing the short stories. Convergence is first.
Alright.
Well, second, because you're missing a short story.
Hmm.
Okay, Path of Deceit is also not in the correct spot. The Blade's not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay. Neither of the High Republic Adventures, which is Sam Maligan's Wild Adventures, neither of them are in the same place, or in the correct spot. I think the Battle of Jeddah is also not, but let me double check. Mainly because you shorted the year you're missing, so I think it's in the incorrect spot because of that. Same thing with the High Republic mainline, and then Convergence and Cataclysm are also in the incorrect order. I will put these in the correct order out of the ones you've given now, but I will only give you points, the 1 points for getting them in the right year.
Alright.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you now have 18 total points because you had the free 8. He's got points on the board.
Yep.
Well, you've had points on the board, but you've now made points.
Yeah.
And then let me put these in the correct order.
Yeah, because I the shorthanding that's created. Very amusing acronyms.
Yeah. We'll do what we've been doing, where I'll just. I know it's so great for the audience to see our backs.
Yeah.
Can you talk to them while I'm?
I mean, I can talk to them a little bit.
Yeah.
Do I have to?
Yeah, just tell them how you're feeling right now. How
So-
confident is your levels? You know, almost like like on a game show
I'm
when
just-
you've got the sidebar going on.
I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Because to be honest, I have a few key, like, these are important things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them are like, this isn't important. Why would I remember this? Or like, this is important for this reason.
Yeah,
But other than that, I don't know what the fuck happened.
that is fair.
Like, I don't remember what the significance of Sav's Wild Adventure was, apart from like a character study of like.
Which it can be just. I mean, not every story has to be beyond that.
Yeah. The reason why I think I remember not the one featuring the Battle of Dalna is because that just fucked up the relationship between Daltonans and the Jedi for 150 years. Because, like, that was bad. Why didn't I just say the Battle of Dalna? Put that on the list. That would have made things easier.
Well, because that's not a book.
It's not a book. Should have been. Just call it things what they are. Oh well. I'm not a publicist. What would I know? I started up a new Elden Ring playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, I haven't gone through and started as a vagabond. I'll start as a vagabond. But I don't like the starting weapons that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want to use a great sword, right? But I also wanted to kind of like have a passive bleed effect. And the two ways I can go and get that done are like sneaking around and stealing it from Caled, and then going and getting like a blood art. Not a blood art, an Ash of War on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, or I could go further into Caled, sneak past a bunch of guys, and just take one of the swords that already has like a bleed effect on it. So that's what I did. And for any of you who have not seen what Caled looks like, you're free to look it up on your own time.
1 more that I'm... Oh. There we go.
Alright, you got them?
Yep, so there's your 10 that you got. So the order that they do happen in is Convergence, Path of Deceit, The Blade, The High Republic Adventures 2, Volume 1, The Battle of Jeddah, The High Republic 2, Volume 1, The High Republic Adventures 2, Volume 2,
Oh, man.
Path of Vengeance, The High Republic 2, Volume 2, and then Cataclysm.
Alright.
So yeah, putting Cataclysm before Convergence was like your first big mistake that I
Okay.
And then, of course, having the Blade at the start.
Yeah. I assume that the Blade was the oldest one because it's told in flashbacks, despite that, like, you telling me the rule of if it is the current thing.
It's also, I think that's also why you put Edge of Balance on there, even though it's technically Phase 2, like, it's technically Phase 1 era. Like, it's like the end of Phase 1 era, which is a hint for later, I guess. But you still have 8 things left in that year. Now, don't forget, you can buy out whole categories.
Yep.
Which, at this point, might be a strategy. So, in order to win,
Yeah.
you need 55 points. So I guess that depends on how many points you want. Well, let's see how many points are left to actually get.
Yeah.
So there are 90 points left that you can still get. Because you've lost your chances at 35 and 0 ABYs points. And you've gained 18 already.
Yep.
So... I guess now the strategy is, do you buy out categories and start spending? Which now I guess technically the buying out all the ones is now only 10 because you've lost the chance at 2 of those to be part of it. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I could do that. I'm not going to.
And I guess now you could technically also buy. You could also buy out both of the 8s because there's now 2 8s. There was not originally. It would be 16 of your points though.
Yeah. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah. For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Ultimately, I don't know what a lot of these are.
So I will say, I will go ahead and put these in categories that will help. 382 to like 32 is what we've
Mm.
actually considered the High Republic era. That is not the official High Republic era.
Yeah.
That is what we considered it because when we started the season, that was before they gave an official ending year. Technically, it ends like around when our 229 one is currently. It technically ends in like 100 BBY, but we didn't go over anything in that year.
Yeah.
And then like 41 to 19 is the prequel era.
All right.
And then you got that in between era before the movies. The in between, like, so 18 to 0 is like before A New Hope,
Okay.
and then like 0 to the to 4 is the original trilogy,
Mm.
and then you got the 9 to 34 ish, well 32, or yeah 34, 9 to 30, 9 to before 30, like 33 is before the sequel era, and then sequel era, and then post
All right.
movies.
Okay. Well, I guess. All right. Let's see what happens in 41 BBY.
41 BBY. That is a single category, so I will just let you go ahead and say what you think is in 41 BBY.
It isn't.
It's a book.
Is it Padawan?
It is Padawan.
Okay. Because that's.
Yeah.
I was like, it's either Padawan or
Or the other one.
the other one.
I'm not
But
going to
that
say
one
because I don't
makes-
want to. Yeah. So you have 19 points.
Okay.
You got that one off the board. I feel like there's another freebie now. Now that you know where Padawan
Yes.
is.
Would.
Do you want to just go for it? I'm going to assume you're going to go for the 40 BBY now.
Yeah. Is it Master and Apprentice?
It is Master and Apprentice. Look at you.
Because it would be weird if Padawan happened after that. And I know it can't take place 200 years. Because Obi-Wan's a human. They don't live that long.
So you now have 20 points on the board. You are now starting to get the game.
Okay.
Yeah, go for the ones you are
All right.
mostly confident with.
So if I just say...
Are you just going to go down the line now?
No, I was going to say, like, technically this is a correct answer. Just being a smartass as well.
Mm-hmm.
22 BBY, The Clone Wars.
It's the start of the Clone Wars.
Start with Clone Wars. So Attack of the Clones, followed up by The Clone Wars.
For 3 years.
For 3 years. Also...
Because it's a 3-year war.
Yeah. Also, Tales of the Jedi happens in 22 BBY. Except it doesn't because of our flashback rule.
Well, Tales of the Jedi also doesn't happen because of future episodes. Because remember,
Yeah.
we're looking at Ahsoka and Dooku's life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an episode of it that's Ahsoka's that is after the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm. So that doesn't really work. So it has to happen in 18 BBY.
Correct. I will give you that. I love how you're like, what happens in 18 BBY? Now you know.
Tales of the Jedi.
We're just starting.
All right.
We're
Yeah,
starting to
'cause
shorthand it.
we only have the one board, so we need to make space count. All right, 21 ABY. I don't know.
My brain just fried on what it is too.
I don't know. The First Order shows up? No, that can't.
Oh, my brain just realized what it is. It's a book.
It's a book?
It's a novel.
Did we read this?
Yes, we did.
Is it where...
It's one we really liked, but we also really liked a lot of the stuff we went
Yeah.
over. So
I
that's
want
not
to
fair.
say it's The Princess and the Scoundrel, Fuck it, that'll be my final answer, even if it's wrong.
It is wrong. Usually if it's one category, we've been just not counting it and saying you don't get the point. So it is Shadows of the Sith.
Oh no, that was a good book.
Told you it was one we liked.
Damn it.
Sots.
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 Sad. Damn. It has a ghost jumping. How could I forget when that happened?
Yeah, it's got a bunch of ghosts jumping Luke, and then Anakin coming in to help.
Yep.
Anakin says, "You ain't jumping my son."
From the grave. All right. 232 BBY.
All right, so we're going back to that era. No, you cannot just write the High Republic Phase 1, because I know that's what you want to do.
First things first, the Amaxine Station incident, a.k.a. Into the Dark.
Well, here, I'm going to let you... We're going to go back to you writing, and I'm going to start the timer here. Take the board entirely.
Okay.
So that way I can look at the answers while you're doing that. Tell me when... Hold on, let me pull up the timer.
All right.
And then tell me when you're ready. Are you ready?
Yep.
Go.
I will abbreviate it.
Yeah, go ahead and do your abbreviations, and then afterward we can look at what is correct. Now, remember, Phase 1 takes place over the course of a couple years, so not everything in Phase 1 is in 232. So just try to guess what you think is the first half of Phase 1. Well, first third, I guess, because it takes place over 3 years.
Yeah. This is wrong, but
All right. This will be interesting indeed.
I cannot remember the names of any of the books.
Tell me what's about.
Shit, man, I don't remember.
I can't help you then. I can't give you a.
I know that Midnight Horizon happens at like the end.
Oh, are you looking at my shelf?
No, actually, I should do that.
No.
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 But they're right there.
That's also the end of Phase 1.
That's not helping me much either.
No.
Actually.
You've got a minute and some change.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say High Republic Into the Dark, High Republic Adventures 1 through 6. Main line. I'll put ML for that. Into. Some of these happen congruently, so. What's the name of the one where the Starlight Beacon crashes?
That would be the Fallen Star.
Alright. Okay. Fallen Star. Happens technically at the same time as Midnight Horizons.
You've got 10 seconds.
Okay. Mid-H. And I think that...
Okay, your time's up. Last
me.
one.
I don't remember.
Okay. All right. Let's see what you got.
I got nothing.
All right. So we got Into the Dark, I assume is what that first one is. That is this year. High Republic Adventures Volume 1, I believe...
1 through 6.
Oh, 1 through 6. Well, there's not that many volumes.
It's not that many.
Yeah. Um,
Mainline. That's what the ML stands for.
okay. So you did volume 1 for just adventures, and then mainline you did 6. There's not 6 for mainline either. Hard Punk Adventures volume 1 does go here. Volume 1 of the mainline goes here. Fallen Star and Midnight Horizon do not go here.
Yeah, they have to go down here somewhere.
They don't even go here.
Shut up. They do now. However, from like this is technically correct, it's not the right answer.
Yeah. You got 3 points.
Alright.
Because I don't even think those are in the correct order either. They are not.
Alright. My assumption is that buyout causes me to lose any points that I have earned.
Correct.
That's what I figured.
So you have 23 points now. Let's see, that was 232. BBY, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe the correct order. I think those are technically in the correct order out of the 3 that you wrote, but not in the full order. Therefore,
Yeah.
they don't. You don't get the bonus point. Correct. Yes. Okay. And I'll leave that spot because that seems to be where
Yeah.
you're going to be writing now.
Alright.
So let's see. So there are 5 left in 232 that you did not get,
Okay.
which also leaves space for you to now, if you do decide to start buying out, you can buy out 232 and 22 BBY at the same time with 10 points. Now you have 23 that you've accumulated. You've almost got you've almost got half of the half that you need. You almost got a quarter of the points.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, there's certain points that you just are
Completely
never going to get. Yeah. So where do we want to go next?
Fuck it, let's go to 2020. 2020?
Yeah, we're in 2023. Yeah.
Nope, let's not go back there. Let's go to 32 BBY.
32. Okay. There are 2 that take place in that time. Let me double check
Okay.
what they are. Okay. Yep. That's what I thought. Okay. Are you going to need the full time, or you think you got them? How confident are you on this
I'll
one?
take the full time even if I'm wrong.
Okay. There are only 2 things there. And go. I'm curious on this one.
That's not the name of it. That's the name of it.
I think he might actually. I think he has at least one of them. I would hope he has both, though. But I think he's at least got one of them. We'll see. This is a case of he should easily get both. But you never know. You must be really in thought on this one.
think that's right. I'm not sure, but I'll go with it.
Okay, we're going with final answers. Locking
Yeah.
them in.
Yeah.
All right. You did it with half the time left. Okay.
All right.
So we've got.
The Wessel Run Part 1 and 2 and Dexter Jettster's short story.
I really thought you had it.
So did I. Apparently I don't.
No, you don't. So you lost access to those points
Oh.
because you did guess both.
Mm.
And we do have to make this
Yeah.
show end at a certain time. We can't
Yeah,
just
we
play all
can't.
day. We could play this all day, but you have to work.
I have work.
And so that was 32. And so
I really thought that the Wessel Run happened then.
Queen's Peril.
Oh.
Actually, technically, that's the second one. The first one is actually the Darth Maul comic that we just read.
But I was like, there's no way that'll happen there. It clearly has to happen at 35 BBY.
So it's the Darth Maul comic, and then Queen's Peril, because Queen's Peril is a retelling of the Phantom Menace,
I see.
which 32 BBY is the Phantom Menace year. The good news is next season, you'll have access to this. You won't the parts of the timeline that we've already gone over. You will have access to next time we play this game, which means you'll know, at the very least, when the Phantom Menace takes place.
Yep. I did think about asking you when the movies took place to help me, but I'm like, no, it's more fun if I just guess.
But I mean, you're on the right track. You had the right idea. Unfortunately, not enough to get those points.
So does the Wessel Run happen in 19 BBY? No, it would have to take place in 22 BBY.
Are you trying to lock answers in?
A little bit.
Well, you gotta
have to wait.
You have to final answer it. Also, if you're just gonna.
I don't.
So what are you final answering?
I'm putting the Wessel Run in 22 BBY, even if it's wrong. I don't care.
That is incorrect.
Oh man! Then when the fuck does it happen?
You have to guess. You're not getting a point taken away because that was only one guess in 22. So I'm not gonna take away 20.
The Bad Batch begins in 22 BBY.
Actually, did I fuck up something? I might have fucked up something. I might have put something in the wrong spot and given you a point for it.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll look this way to make sure. Well, you confirm that. Here, I'll hold it.
I did. I gave you point for Tales of the Jedi, and that's not where it goes.
Ah.
I will put what actually goes there, since that was your final answer guess on a single one. It was Bad Batch, season 2. So you have 22 points. My bad. This is this is a judge mess up, and actually, because it was a judge mess up, I will let you keep your point.
All right, cool.
Which means you do not have Tales of the Jedi on here yet.
Yeah. Which means that Tales of the Jedi takes place in 14 BBY.
Are you locking in?
Yeah, I'm gonna lock that in.
That is incorrect.
Ah, damn.
14 BBY is. I should have had this on my phone, but I didn't. Inquisitor.
Oh.
Rise of the Red Blade. So you've just canceled out a point.
Yep.
And you lost access to 2 other points. In fact, because I messed up,
yeah,
I will be so kind as to just go ahead and put Tales of the Jedi on the board for you,
Alright.
and give you an extra point.
Alright.
Oh, and actually, you should have been getting an extra point for the ones that for the one-shotters, because you've been putting them in the right placement as well as the right year. So you've earned some points anyways, by my own rule. So you should have had 24, 25. And we'll give you a 26 point for free because of my fuck up. 19 BBY is when Tales of the Jedi is.
Alright.
Yes, this is not in the correct order on the on this side of the board, but that's not the point.
Alright.
So, where do we want to go? What or when? I guess we should say. You are past that. You are past the halfway point to getting the points you need to win.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you feel comfortable enough to start spending them yet? Is the real question.
If the goal is to get at least 55 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have 26 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And spending points costs me points.
And locks you out from
And locks me out from getting them. Why would I do that?
That's fair.
There's literally no reason to do that. I have a better chance of guessing.
Okay.
I will tell you what. I'll spend 5 points right now.
On 232?
No. To look at the playlist to see the names. Because it doesn't tell me the dates or anything.
For which one? Oh, you can look at the playlist?
Yeah.
You can look at the playlist for free anyways.
Yeah.
That's a free action.
That's a free action. I don't have to spend stamina points.
D&D jokes. And I guess RPG in general jokes.
Alright, cool. Then I'm gonna use that free action. Yeah, that's right. I'm cheating.
It's not cheating, because we went over this last week. We said you should have looked over the playlist beforehand. When she said he didn't do any studying, so this is on him, really, for not having done it ahead of time. It's really what I'm seeing. But
Alright, so
Almost World?
How dare you?
That's what that was.
Oh, it wasn't.
Do-do.
Yeah, no, it fucking told
Elmo's World.
Alright, so
Don't call me out on my Sesame Street knowledge.
alright, I know this is wrong,
Okay.
but
Are you going for one of the ones, I guess?
I'm going to go with 9 ABY.
Okay. That one has 4.
Yeah.
They are all stories that are connected directly. Let me double check in my head about that. There might be one that I'm wrong about. You said 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 out of 4 are directly connected.
Alright. 3 out of 4 directly connected, huh?
Yes.
Why did I think... You know what? I don't care. I'm going to speed run,
Okay.
even if it's wrong at this point.
I started time, so.
B... O... B... F.
Yep, I know what you mean.
Happens. Technically congruent to this, but I don't.
No, it's before. If
Okay.
it's what if it's what I think you're putting down.
M. Season 3.
And then it's the last one that's really because I will tell you that you've gotten 3 out of 4.
Ahsoka. No, it's not Ahsoka.
I know what you meant, Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's wonkier cousin, Ahsoko.
Ahsoka.
And oh fuck.
Okay, so you got 3 points. Technically, the mystery one happens first. It is Hunters, the arena, the Hunters book.
Yeah, because it'd have to happen later.
So Hunters happens first, then Book of Boba Fett, Mando season 3, Ahsoka.
All right.
You were on the right track though. So you got 3 points. Look at you. So you got 29 points total.
All right.
How are we doing for time on your end?
We're 2, 3.
Yeah.
We've still got a bit of time.
I was about to say we should be fine.
Yeah.
That's why I did a 3-minute timer, because I was originally going to give you 5 minutes for each round, but I was like, that might be too long. So, Hunters Battle for the Arena, I think is what it's called. Bob. Okay.
Oh wait, no, that one doesn't count.
What?
It's the
Oh,
Visions
you're looking.
one.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, Visions doesn't count. Visions is even if I gave you the Legends free, even if I didn't give you the Legends freebies, it's not on the timeline. So therefore, where would we put it?
Yeah.
I've been elbowing Legends here
Damn.
so much.
Use your Legends.
Actually, I've been, I guess,
Thumbing.
well, more of wristing.
All right.
But yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to say for 13 and 11, 13 BBY
Yep.
is Andor, and 11 is Kenobi.
Incorrect on both counts.
Damn.
13 is Crimson Climb.
Motherfucker. Crimson Climb. What happens in that?
That's about Kira.
That's a book I didn't read.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
We read Crimson Climb.
Did we? I don't fucking remember.
It's the one about Kira rising up in the ranks of Crimson Dawn.
I don't recall this book.
We read it. I am 99.9% sure we read it.
I will only ask for this once. Make sure of this.
Because it's one
Even if I'm wrong, that's fine. I don't care.
Because it's one of the ones I got an early copy of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
It doesn't take me long to look that up. Uh-oh. Does Seth have me on something? Hold on, wait. Oh my god, did we not do a Crimson Climb episode?
I don't think we did. Because I also remember the other book you were telling me about at the time.
Well, that was Tales of Light and Life.
No, I mean the other pre-copy that you got.
It was Tales of Light and Life. Because I got Tales of Light and Life and Crimson Climb at the same time.
This was a superhero one that you were also reading.
Oh, non-Star Wars.
Yeah.
The George R. R. Martin one?
No.
That's the only superhero one I could think of. Uh-oh. Was there a book that I planned for us to read that we did not read?
I think it was because it was not, it hadn't been released yet, so we weren't gonna do it.
No. In that case, I might have to give you a point just because we didn't have a chance to go over that book. Okay, well, I do not see it, so we must not have. So I owe you an apology. I owe you a point, because we did not talk about Crimson Climb on the podcast yet.
Yep.
Oops. I thought for sure we had.
We talked about
Nope, I don't see it.
like
I don't see it when it should have happened. So yeah. Let me double check something.
Yeah.
Oh no, not on the timeline. You're good. So I guess that might be one of the things we have to immediately talk about next season. Okay. So you get a point back.
Oh no.
No, you're good.
Okay.
That's not answers. So you get a point back. We did not go over 13 BBY. So 13 BBY does not exist on this board. But you get a point back because you corrected me. 11 is still incorrect though. Because that what you said it was Kenobi.
Yeah.
It was not. It was Jedi Battle Scars.
Ooh. Yeah.
And that one we did read.
Yep, we did read that one.
JBS.
Yep.
So you have 31 points. Or 30 points, sorry.
Alright.
Because you got a point for correcting me.
Yep.
And actually, I'll give you 31. There you go.
A grace point. Okay, well, that helps.
Yeah, that actually does help.
Okay. 22 BBY.
There are 5 things.
There are 5 things, of which I remembered none.
This is the time of the Clone Wars, the start of the Clone Wars. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah?
So, I know technically I shouldn't do this, but eventually we will be getting crunched for time.
Yep. Are you about to buy some?
I'm gonna buy some stuff just to speed along.
Okay.
I will buy 3 ABY.
Okay, so that's 13. All
Yeah.
right. That'll bring you to 18 points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. There we go.
Yep.
All right. And so let's go ahead and fill out 3 ABY.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that one should have been an easy one for you to do, but... So, let me... Three ABY. That includes Yoda, War of the Bounty Hunter, Darth Vader Volume 5, Bounty Hunters Volume 5, Crimson Reign. Dr. Aphra Volume 5. Revelations. Sanistaros. Hidden Empire. Yeah, it's all the in between 3 and in between episodes 5 and 6 stuff. Star Wars 2020 Volume 5. I feel like this was one you could have shotgunned, honestly. Yeah. Darth Vader 2020 Volume 6, Star Wars 2020 Volume 6, and Darth Vader 2020 Volume 7. So, yeah, this was... Honestly, you should have tried shotgunning this one if I was... But I get it. We're trying to fight the clock.
Yeah.
Alright. That is everything in 3 ABY. So, anything that happened in the comics, essentially, we just...
Yep.
And you now have 18 points, which means you gotta fight now to get your... victory. I think you can still get it, I think.
Yeah, if I somehow manage to get everything right. Which won't happen. Alright. Yeah, I give up.
No, you can... I just did the math. You can still win.
Alright.
You can still win.
1 BBY. What the fuck happened?
There are 3 events in 1 BBY.
I want to say from... Oh, I'm starting, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. And go.
Okay. From a certain point of view... No, that doesn't help at all.
No.
No.
Because we already
A
did.
Jedi's perspective, that's what I meant. Is that a different book?
That's the... Are you thinking of the Tells...
Thinking of the one that's like from Obi-Wan's notebook. Obi-Wan's journal.
Oh, you're thinking of the comic of Obi-Wan's?
Yeah.
Okay, Obi-Wan's journal comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say mainline 2014, I think. And...
Okay. I'm going to help you out here.
Yeah.
1 BBY is before the events of A New Hope.
Okay. Then... Andor and Kenobi again.
Okay, no to all 3, I think. Let me double check.
Okay.
Oh, you got Obi-Wan and Jedi's Purpose correct. So you got
Okay.
1 out of those. So
Right on the timeline.
So that means...
As well, so that's...
That means you actually, since you actually don't lose access to trying to guess the rest of those, you just have to come back to those. Obi-Wan's the only one you got right in that area.
Alright, cool.
And not the TV show, the comic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyhow,
You still can win. I've done the math.
2 BBY.
2 BBY. And let me... Hold on.
Hmm.
You said Obi-Wan last, right? Or no, you said the comic first, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So never mind. I was about to give you an extra point, but
Yeah.
that's not the correct order. Anyways,
2 BBY.
2 BBY. 2 in that.
Alright.
Here's a hint.
Mm.
There are Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the same comic run. Okay, clock's going.
Okay. Is
So you can just say the comic run if you know what comic it is, because it's both parts of that single comic run, and it's a comic that ended after Volume 2. There is no other.
is it Han Solo and Chewbacca?
Yes.
All right. Volume 1 and 2.
Yep. Yep. So that is 20, 21, 22, 23. Because correct order.
Yep.
See, you can catch up.
Oh,
It's
man.
possible. It's gonna be tough, but it's possible.
Yeah.
We'll just. There you go.
All right. So, next up, 5BBY. They don't take place in the same year. Fuck it.
5BBY is one you've thrown out a couple times now to guess.
Well, it's either Kenobi or Andor at this point. I'm gonna say Andor though,
you are correct.
because I think Kenobi happens earlier because Leia's still pretty young at that point in time.
Mm-hmm. So that is another 2 points on the board. You are back almost where you were.
Yeah.
See, you could.
Man, buying these is what fucked me.
Yeah, buying 13. I'll
13.
say 13 was a high buy, but
Yeah.
I mean, especially for this one, because I thought 3ABY was. I thought honestly that was the one you were gonna shotgun guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's so many things we went
Yeah.
over that you could have been like, oh, it was this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
Maybe you wouldn't have gotten the right order, but you would have gotten them in there.
Yeah. So 9BBY.
You at least probably know one, I believe.
I'm going to say that it's.
Yeah, you should know both actually, but one I'm pretty sure you're gonna get.
Alright. I'm pretty sure one of them is Kenobi, and the other is Jedi Survivor.
You are correct. They are both, and I think that's also the correct order. Yes, that is.
Yeah.
So that is 4 points.
Alright.
Look at him go. You are. This is a comeback.
How
Ouk. Just.
can just.
All right. So you have 27 points on the board.
Alright.
He can do this, folks. I believe in him.
Alright.
Even if he doesn't believe in himself.
34 ABY. What happens with you?
And technically, you only have one more that you can guess in one BBY. Because you did guess Obi-Wan.
Is one.
You said 4? Or, sorry, were you about to guess 1 again?
No, I asked what the fuck happens in 34 ABY.
Oh,
because
34?
I don't remember.
So that is the era of most of the sequel trilogy. That would be the same year that both Force Awakens and The Last Jedi take place. 35 is when Rise of Skywalker,
Okay.
which is why Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is 35.
Okay. So. Yeah, I don't know what happens there.
Are we just gonna come back to it?
We'll come back to it. 1 BBY. I don't know. Vader comic?
1 BBY. It is a anthology comic of a sort.
Is it
It's one we did this year.
Tales of the Death Star?
It is. I believe Tales of the Death Star happens before that one. Let me double check. Yes. But I'll give you the 1 point for it.
All right.
I'm doing really well for writing upside down. So that's 28 points on the board.
Writing upside down.
Yeah, because I was like this
Oh.
when I was. So I actually did really well for writing upside down. I think that might look better than.
All right. For ABY, what the hell is going on with you?
That is the. I feel like if I tell you what happens in that one, that gives away a lot.
And...
It's the Return of the Jedi year.
Okay. I see why you wouldn't want to tell me. So for 4ABY, a certain point of view.
Well,
40th anniversary.
Not from a certain point of view.
Oh.
Because we did from a certain point of view. That was 35. But you are correct that it is a bunch of short stories. They're just not called from a certain point of view. If you can tell me what they're about, I will give you the names.
Oh, God. It's got so many of them in it.
Yeah.
It's like...
You can tell me the name of... Give me a description of the individual story, because they're not in a collection. They are... I am counting them as individuals, because they were released in Star Wars Insider and not as a single book.
Mm.
Because it would also share... It would then share the same name as the Attack of the Clones 20th Anniversary stories. Because it uses the same pre-title and then the single story name. They're all called Galactic Tales.
Hmm. Yeah, I got none. I don't, man.
Are we going to just start clearing up the board and buying out?
Yeah.
Are we really claiming loss on this? I feel like you can get this.
I'm going to take the loss.
Okay. He was so close, folks. I actually believed you could have done this.
I could have if I had studied more, but if I'd studied,
hell, you could start shotgunning names off of using the playlist.
Yeah, I mean, I technically could.
There are episodes missing on the playlist, like the later episodes, because I haven't added them yet.
Some of these, well, they have titles. I cannot see them on my phone.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, because some might be just a little too long.
Yep. Most of them are, considering that it starts with Escape Reality Star Wars Talk Season. Which it's nice to know that they'll get the season.
Yeah.
Alright, so real quick.
Yep.
232.
Oh, you're going to start shotgunning some 232s?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the first third... No. Yeah, that is the first third of the High Republic Phase 1.
Hmm.
You have already gotten Into the Dark, High Republic Adventures Volume 1, High Republic Volume 1, and that's it. There are 5 more in that year. I will say there's a TV show we're missing.
Hmm.
Which I think is a big hint. And then you're missing a book, like a novel, a junior novel, and then 2 short stories.
Which one did I pick again?
232.
232. High Republic.
So you're missing a show, a novel, a junior novel, and then 2 short stories.
Just gonna say High Republic.
Sorry, that was a yawn.
I want to say it's Adventures or young kid thing.
Are you trying to say the name of the show?
Yeah.
Okay, since he's on the right track, I'll give him Young Jedi Adventures.
So much fucking adventure in these goddamn titles.
So I will give you that one. 232.
And I feel like there's no way the Tales of Enlightenment are also in there, are they?
No, Tales of
Because
Enlightenment.
those would be earlier.
Correct.
In 382.
Yes. I'll just give you all the Tales of Enlightenment because
There's several.
yeah. You obviously aren't going to get them in order, so I'm just gonna give you those. Which makes up since we're kind of just shotgunning to get you through this before the end of the show.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Tales of Enlightenment, that's. Let me see how many of those that make up. God damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes up 5 of the 8 that you were missing.
Alright.
So that leaves you 3 on this one. $33. And actually 34 because you guessed Young Jedi Adventures. Which leaves you 4 and 232. Okay. You have 4 left in 232. So you have a novel, a junior novel, and the 2 short stories. If you can just tell me the name of the series of the short stories, I'll count them.
Okay.
Even though they're spread throughout 3 years. Because phase 1's spread out. Which should also, I guess, be a hint of 229, that's phase 3.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit, the one we reviewed last week. And the one before it.
Yeah. Last week was Darth Maul.
Excuse me. I'm not cheating, I promise.
It's not cheating. I said you could do that.
Motherfucker.
Let me double check what the third one is. I believe I know what the third one is. Yeah, okay. So that one is not for 229, I'm guessing you're jumping to. That is a novel, a short story, and a short story collection.
Wouldn't that happen to be called The Eye of the Storm, would it?
For the novel, you are correct.
Alright, cool.
Now what's the short story in the short story collection?
Short story in the short story collection that is Gira's Bad Day, because fuck did she make a bunch of poor choices.
For which one?
The short story. But that's just Gira Staros on any day.
No, so the short story has to do with our favorite non-Force users in the High Republic era. Well, one of our many favorite non-Force users. Our favorite couple.
The Adrons. Josh and Pika.
Yeah, Josh and Pika.
They're not doing okay.
No. Tales from the Occlusion Zone is the name of that one. And then short story collection is left. We've said the name of it so many times just today.
We've said a lot of names today, man.
For short story collections, though?
I keep thinking it's from a certain point of view, but that's not. We've already done that. So it can't be that one. Tales of Light and Life?
Yes.
Oh, man.
So it's Tales of Light and Life, Tales from the Occlusion Zone, and then Eye of Darkness. That was 229. I forget the rest of the name of that short story, but that we're gonna go with that because that's the only Tales from the Inclusion Zone we talked about so far. And then Eye of Darkness. All right, so that's not in the correct order, so just 3 points.
All right.
So that brings you to 37. It's still his game. It's his game to lose.
Yeah. All right.
I'm trying to think what's left on the. I'm trying to think what's left on 382. You're missing the 2 junior novels
Race to Crash Point Tower.
for 382.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't work because those kids aren't born yet.
Yeah, correct.
So it have to.
So
be,
not his final answer, folks.
Have to be in either 232 or 231.
But for 382, you're missing 2 junior novels. And what's the last thing you're missing? I'm trying to figure it out too without having to look it up.
Is it
It's not any of the.
Solandra Show?
Yeah, so it.
Master.
Yep.
The protagonist.
For both of the. Well, technically she doesn't show. Well, she does show up in the second one as
which
well.
means that the 2 of them are for 382.
Mm-hmm.
Final answer. Quest for the Hidden City and Search for Planet X.
Quest for Planet X, because they're both quests. But
so many side quests.
yeah, they're both called quests because that was the theme. Oh, I know the last thing you're missing. It's a comic, which also has the word quest in it.
Sid Quest of the Jedi. Wait, for real?
Yeah, it's the Quest of the Jedi because that's the one where
Did the Smash You get?
that's with the
broken?
rocks, with the rock where the with the magic stones.
Oh.
Technically, the story itself takes place before 382, but it's when Aslan Rail is doing research
I see.
into like what's possibly going on because it's after he found the body in Path of Deceit, but it's before he goes crazy.
All right.
So yeah, I'll give you 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you 3 for 3
Yeah.
because you did eventually guess.
You were like, oh, it has Quest in it, and I'm like that. I was like, is it Quest of the Jedi?
And actually, I will give you 5 points because you did do the quest for the Hidden City and quest for Planet X in the correct order. So,
Alright.
so that's 42. He possibly has this, folks. He's at 42. I'll just quests. I think we'll know what that means. Multiple quests.
All right.
So that leaves us with 232, 231, 230, 35, 22, 4, and 34. Let me do some math.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna see what you can possibly afford to buy out while still having the chance of winning.
The answer is none.
Is it really?
Yeah. If I'm doing quick maths. Like, I could buy it out and be done. I'd have nothing, but...
Well, you wouldn't buy out every single category. I just meant how many categories could you buy out and possibly win still. So, if you were to guess every category and you were to get all of them right, you would have 82 points minimum. That's just like putting them in the right year. That's not getting the right order. And then that would leave you with the possibility of being able to buy out. I'd have to double what you're buying out, so you could technically buy out 230 and still win because you could have 58 points.
All right.
So you could technically buy out one category and still win.
Okay. I'm not gonna do that. So for 232, I'm just gonna shotgun this a little bit.
Okay.
Because of time.
Yep. So that is the rest of the early part of phase 1, which includes the two short. That includes the 2 short stories and junior novel. And
Okay.
then what else? And a novel.
So for that, I'm gonna say that
Surprised we haven't guessed the novel.
no, it can't be Race to Crash Point Tower because that comes later. So what the fuck is the one before that?
Tell me what the plot of that one is, and I'll give
A
you
Test
the
of
name.
Courage.
Hey, yeah. So Test of Courage is in 232.
Yeah. As for the 2 short stories, they're like something. They take place on Starlight Beacon.
I'll give you that they're called Starlight.
Starlight. I remember what happens in them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Gal is a traitor.
That's
Not by
end.
choice.
That's near the end, yeah.
Not by choice.
So the first one does not have Gal or...
No. It has Administrator, just getting used to all the crazy shit that happens on the Starlight.
Actually, I remember the second one. So that's First Duty. So First Duty is in that year, so I will give you Starlight First Duty.
Yep.
I will also give you A Test of Courage. The first one does not have Jenkin in it at all. Jahan in it at all. It has some other people that we've talked about today in it. I'm probably giving them way too many hints, but we're starting to run past time.
What the fuck is...
Tell us from the Occlusion Zone.
Oh, it has the Adrons. Josh.
Starlight Go Together.
Starlight Go Together.
Okay, so I'll give you that. That is Starlight Go Together. I honestly shouldn't give you Go Together. I won't give you Go Together. But I'll give you the other one. I'll give you First Duty.
I didn't know what TFTOZ stood for.
To be fair, we are making these on the spot for that one. So I'll give you Go Together. I'll give you Test of Courage. So we're missing...
Test of Courage is a 2-pointer, because I got that shit right.
Not correct order.
Oh.
Because you guessed that one first. Technically, it would be Go Together, the novel you're still missing, Test of Courage, First Duty.
It's not Into the Dark, because it can't be.
It's the adult novel.
After.
Because Into the Dark is the young adult novel.
It's not The Falling Star, because that happens way later.
That's the last one of the 3.
And it can't be Midnight Horizons.
Because that's a young adult novel. It's the
doesn't
last
work.
of the young adult novels. It's one we reviewed really early on in the show, because this was when we were semi-going in order. Still. I think.
It would happen to be called Light of the Jedi.
It would, in fact, be the Light of the Jedi. Was that still early? Was I correct that was early on?
Yeah, that one was early on.
Because that was when we were semi-going in order.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had... So every once in a while, we'd have, like, episodes
yeah, I
that
think
would have, like,
the
cover art of the book.
I think the only one we read before Light of the Jedi was actually Fallen Star, ironically. I think we read Fallen Star, and then we went back to...
Fucking making me read shit. You made me read shit out of order. I knew it was gonna come back to haunt me one day.
So let's see. So that's 43, 44, 45. You need 10 points to win. But we still have to fill out the board even after you get those 10 points.
Alright. 231 BBY.
So that would be still phase 1, but it's wave 2-ish era. So now you can talk about the second books. So you already said the name of one of them a bunch, and then you said the junior novel one a bunch.
Is it Race to Crash Point Tower?
It is. There's also
Mission.
I'm gonna give one completely away.
Disaster.
You're gonna
Monster of Temple Peak is another one.
Monster of Temple Peak. You're missing a manga.
Oh, Edge of Balance, Volume 1 and 2.
Let me double check that Volume 2 is same year. I think Volume 2 is actually the next year because I think Volume 2 is technically part of Phase 3. Volume 2 is the next year. I'm basically giving him some points on this one because he's
Hidden Danger and Rising Storm are also in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Rising Storm is your adult novel.
Yeah. And Tempest Runner is probably in there somewhere.
Yep, Tempest Runner, yep. So we got Edge of Balance Volume 1, you got Hidden Danger, you got Monster of Temple Peak, you got Rising Storm, you got Race to Crash Point Tower, you got Tempest Runner. You're missing the young adult novel, one more short story, and a comic.
High Republic Adventures Volume 1?
Nope, Volume 1 was 232.
Volume 2?
Volume 2 is not.
Alright.
Not for High Republic Adventures.
Okay. Volume 9. A comic that probably
does not exist. Here's a hint. There's only 3 volumes of both Adventures and Mainline.
Okay. So it'd be volume, what? 3?
2 of Mainline.
2 of Mainline.
2 of Mainline. I'm not going to give you the point for that one.
Yeah. That one was struggled through, so that don't count.
We're missing a short story from Starlight, and you're missing a young adult novel.
Mm.
To be fair, this is the young adult novel that we have joked is the most forgettable of the High Republic series.
Oh, fuck.
It's the one that we always talk about has important stuff going on in it, but it's just written in a way that
poorly.
yeah. And that's no hate to the author.
It's just it's the exposition dump book.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. It's gotta be up here somewhere. It's not Kenobi.
No, Kenobi would not be here. Kenobi's not born yet.
Okay, that didn't help at all. By the way, is one of them Starlight Shadows Remain? Or Remnant?
It's the one before that.
Oh, Path of Deceit?
No, Path of Deceit is part of Phase... That's Phase 2, buddy.
Oh.
You are right in that the Starlight story begins with a P. I feel like you're struggling through it. I should just give you these and call it. Starlight Past Mistakes.
Damn.
And High Republic Out of the Shadows. Like I said, it's the one that we've joked
it's important, but no one really remembers why.
Yeah. So, I will give you... How many were in that? 9?
Yeah.
And you really only missed 2.
Yeah.
So I'll give you 7 points. I don't think you got any of them in order. I think you were just shotgunning them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were just shotgunning them. So that's 52. So you need 3 more to have enough points to win. Good enough.
Alright.
Alright. So that leaves you with 230, which you've named a bunch of stuff from 230, you just haven't put them in the...
Yeah. So 230, the Nameless Terror is in there.
Yep.
I don't know where.
We already said Edge of Balance Volume 2's in there, so we'll...
Yeah.
We've said... we've basically said Shadows Remain is there. At this point, we've said Midnight Horizon and Fallen Star enough
Midnight
that...
Horizon and Fallen Star go in there. If I'm remembering correctly, the order is like...
Are you going to try to order some stuff?
Nameless Terror happens first, then the Fallen Star, then Midnight Horizons. Actually, no, those two happen concurrently.
I do put them in like an order though, because so
I guess technically
you do have...
Midnight Horizons happens a little bit before the Fallen Star.
Yep.
Because they have to be at fucking Star Wars Detroit Corellia.
Love it.
Star Wars Detroit. Yeah. There's another Ty York story in there somewhere, but I don't remember.
No, it's just the Nameless Terror. And then you're missing a bunch of comics. A bunch of comics.
Yeah. The rest of the comics. I don't know where they go.
Okay.
They just
so,
happen in that
High
year.
Republic Adventures Volume 2 and 3.
I remember Quart's little helmet mom skull, because he's basically a Cubone.
The mainline comic Volume 3. And then I feel like and we'll...
Like, I remember the general plot of, like...
There's another comic that is not the mainline or Adventures. I'll also give you the free comic book day for Adventures, but there's one that is not mainline or Adventures that is in here. If you can tell me at least what it's about,
okay,
I'll count it.
I was going to say droids, but that's not right. I do not know.
Oh, okay. It's Trail of Shadows. It's the mystery one where the Jedi investigator...
Oh, Emmerich.
Yeah, Emmerich.
It's a really good one.
And then... You're missing one more thing. It's not a comic or a novel or a short story.
What happened to be... I keep saying Tempest Runner because it's an audio drama. Is it the Battle of Jeddah?
No. It's not an audio drama either. There's only one more piece of media that the High Republic has done that we've... It's not an audio drama, not a novel, not a young adult novel, not a junior novel, not a comic, technically. I say technically because I might get yelled at. You've named one of the things that it is a part of for this year. You also claimed it happened earlier, but because of technicalities, it didn't.
Did you put the blade?
No.
Oh wait, no, the blade already happened.
Something else that you did put in that same year, though, that I erased, because technicalities. I said it takes place this year instead.
I don't remember what.
Edge of Balance Precedent.
Edge of Balance.
President, yeah.
The
third volume.
Arkhov.
Yeah, Arkhov. Yeah. Technicality because Arkhov finds the droid, and it's also during it's after the invasion of
Banshee.
Banshee and
Because most of the story is told in flashback. That's why it is put here, technically.
Yeah, because it's them trying to because we also get a present day story because we get him fighting that spider guy again.
So I lost that point on a technicality.
Yeah, that one. And so what did we say? You also didn't get Trail of Shadows. That's two you didn't get. Was there anything else you didn't get? I think that was the only two. Because you got Shadows Remain.
Yeah.
And then we also technically gave you the other Starlight, any other Starlight, I think, that happened that year.
I think that's just barely enough to pass.
So, yeah, you only missed two on that one. Because you also got the Nameless Terror, which was after Precedent. And I'll actually give you 2 extra points because you did get 2 of them in the right order.
Alright.
So, that's 12 points anyways. You just would have had 14 if you also got...
Yeah.
So that's 64. So you can safely start using points again and still pass.
Yeah.
The question is, you gotta be careful. Well, let me do the math.
I've got 10 points, right?
You have 9 extra points you can spend with keeping your 55 that you need to win. And you have a 1 category, a 5 category, a 6 category.
Can I just not
and 3?
Can I just stop?
No, you have to. We have
it's
to clear the board. The board has to be cleared.
Okay. Before ABY, Trail of Shadows, Knights Remain.
Wait, what? Oh, 34?
Yeah. Trail of Shadows, Knights Remain, and I don't know, fuck it. Anakin's Resurrection. None of those were correct.
No. I don't even know what you said.
I just started making shit up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's Stories of Jedi and Sith, Halcyon Legacy, and the Hyperspace Stories Volume 1. So, that's just no points.
Yep.
I see what you're doing. It's bullshit.
This technically doesn't break the rules of the game that we've set, though.
I'm going to have to make a new rule next year. Well, I mean, we joke that I'm going to add rules anyways, but... Alright.
Alright, for ABY. Dexter's Wild Ride. Obi-Wan's Regret.
Keep going.
Luke gets yelled at by Yoda again.
You can't even tell me what one of those short stories was actually about.
Nope. I don't remember. Because I read 100-something stories, and some of those had other stories in them.
110.
Yeah, some of them were like 5-volume stories.
So that's 3 you've named so far.
Yeah. Whoops, I forgot that last one.
4. Come on.
God help me. And, Han's terrible, no good, very bad day.
Okay. They are actually...
Yeah, what are they actually?
Tales from the Rancor Pit.
Oh, yeah.
Galactic Tales, Valnir and Laju. About them stealing from Jabba's palace. Shockwave, the pilot one.
Yeah.
Lost in the Woods, the Ewok one. There's Your Princess and the Scoundrel.
This is just...
You couldn't even... That's
somewhere.
You couldn't say Princess and the Scoundrel anywhere again one more time.
It's just...
Don't
worry. Don't worry. I'll say it again.
And then Scoundrels...
It'll be wrong, but I'll say it again.
And then Scoundrels, Rebels, and the Empire, which was the comic collection of anthology. Yeah. Okay. So, no points there.
Yeah.
He's trying to zero out now. He's trying to.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, at this point, if you're gonna do that route, you have enough points to buy out the last two
so
categories.
I'm just gonna buy those two out.
So that's 6 points that you won't have.
Yeah.
58.
Still a success, but
At what cost? My sanity. And we didn't even get to drink on this one. We had to not do that.
We had to not do that because I have to go to work, and if I had drank for, the original plan was that I would drink for everyone I got wrong.
Yeah, he'd be
on
dead.
100-question test.
He'd be dead. So the last ones that you bought out.
Yeah.
You bought out what years? 22 and 35.
Yeah.
So 35 BBY was where your Wessel run is.
Damn.
And then 22 is your Queen's Hope, Brotherhood.
It's a good novel.
I kept telling you that that's when the Clone Wars starts, and you didn't think to name the book that starts the Clone Wars?
Just concerned.
Like,
my immediate assumption, even though this is not how it goes down, is that at the end of Attack of the Clones, it's like, alright, Clone Wars have started.
mm-hmm.
Which is how it's treated narratively.
Yeah.
But I know that there's supposed to be in-between stuff.
Well, and I would say, no, I mean, it's right after, like, it's technically right after Attack of the Clones, but it's like the immediate after Attack of the Clones is Brotherhood. And then Saber Truth, which is your Dexter Jetster story. And then From the Shadows Come the Cran, which is your Mace Windu story. And from that.
Oh, I'll tell you why I didn't remember that one. I don't care.
Actually, I missed a story.
Really?
There should be another 22 BBY. No, I was right. No, sorry. There's 3, sorry. Inheritance is your Dexter Jetster one. That comes before Queen's Hope. Then it's Queen's Hope. Then it's Brotherhood. Saber Truth is the Grievous one.
Oh.
And then From the Shadows Come the Cran, which is your Mace Windu one. I knew there was a Grievous one. I was like, wait, why am I missing one? Because Inheritance is your Dexter Jetster one.
I see.
So, yeah. So that finishes up the timeline. I will give you a printout of the timeline that I have here. We missed one more in one BBY.
Really?
Yeah, it's the Rebels comic.
Oh, yeah. We did go over that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Can I get that as a freebie? Since you forgot about it?
Yes. And I'll give you 2 points for that, so you're at 60. A nice 60.
Got a D. A low D, but...
You win. Through technicalities.
Through technicalities. And technically not cheating.
And me forgetting that things that we didn't go over yet that I had planned on the schedule. Because I thought for sure we were going to do... I thought we did Crimson Climb, I swear.
Yeah.
But...
I think I know why. But also, in your defense, there's a lot of things in that we read that are just kind of vaguely named.
Yeah. Well, also, it's a lot of... I think the reason we didn't do Crimson Climb was because we just ran out of time for the year. And we had to, like, go over a bunch of other things.
Yeah, we had, like, other things we needed to go over that were, like, more important or had just gotten released that we didn't, like, want to miss out on.
So I guess the question becomes, do we go over Crimson Climb first or Revelations for next week?
Oof.
Or, let me double check what my schedule plan is so far for the new season. So right now the season is at 39 episodes, but that's not gonna be how that goes out. Because this season should have been long over by that same
metric.
Yeah. But we went 100 episodes, which thank you all for hanging in with us for 100 episodes. We appreciate you all. This is in a way not only just a way for us to cool down over the season and kind of call official wrap to season 1, but also to just celebrate that we've done or season 2, I guess technically, but to celebrate that we've done season 2, season 1 in a lot of minds because it's a shift from what season 1 was
Mhm.
in a lot of metrics. One, it ran longer, and two, the format's entirely different.
Yeah.
But season 3 is going to be the Fall of the Jedi era, so that's our prequel era. So we're going to delve into the prequel era a lot. We're also going to continue doing what we've been doing, which is when something new comes out, we're going to talk about it. I think we'll stick with what I think the first episode should be, which is Revelations 2023, because they did a new Revelations one shot. And I think that's a good way to start out the new year, because that's here's what we can kind of look forward to in the storylines for the comics anyways. And I think that's a great way to start the year, because then we can go, oh, here's some stuff we plan to review. And then we'll probably do Crimson Climb the next episode. And I'm going to try to get it to where we try to stay more on track with the main parts of the timeline. But I'll make sure you have a printout for the current timeline that we have for what we've gone over already. So that way you get to have that for the next season finale as a freebie to just have all that and be... That way you can kind of better, like, metric where certain things take place. And I think that will help you next time we play this, which will have a couple extra rules. I think I want to do, like, a phone a friend type rule.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to get some people to volunteer for that one. I can ask some of our podcast friends if they want to be a part of that for next year. Or... next season. I shouldn't say year, because our seasons are longer than a year. Because this was a 3-year season.
Yeah, we've been doing this
3 years, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because what, Visions Volume 1 came out in 2019?
I think so.
So actually 4 years.
When did Star Wars Visions come out?
Because we did it like that same-ish December. $2021. Okay.
2021. All right, so two years.
Yeah, 2 years, yeah. So, we'll be starting our 3rd year of this show. With a new season and a new setting as our main setting. Of course, we'll still go over the new High Republic material for Phase 3. We'll still go over the comics in that Empire Strikes Back Return of the Jedi era that we've been exploring. And then, of course, we got a new novel that's set in the Fall of the Jedi era that's coming out, which I think that's kind of perfectly times us being in this era. Because we're getting that book in... Let's see, when's that book coming out? In April, because we got the Living Force novel about the Council.
Oh yeah, and their galactic tour.
And then there's a Mace Windu comic coming out, or a book, Mace Windu novel coming out. That's going to be about his relationship to Qui-Gon after Qui-Gon's pat. Like, it's going to be like a reflective character study.
Yeah.
So, a lot of cool stuff down the pipeline that I think will fit with us being in this era. So, yeah. I think that's everything I really want to talk about. We are 2 hours into this episode, so let's go ahead and thank you all for watching. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't believe we have done it as long as we have.
Yeah.
If you...
Oh no.
Oh no. I'm trying to
Online.
No, I'm trying to open the right things. Hold on. I'm trying to get our script so that way I can just do the script one more time for this season. For the year. The last time we will be reading the script for the year.
Not Mass Effect Legendary Edition Part 10.
That's maybe something I'll play tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. That's the video schedule. Alright. Thank you all for watching today's episode of Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I've been your host, Caleb. Be sure to like, comment, follow, subscribe to us. You can find us at Escape Reality Films on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. Which, by the way, on YouTube, we did meet our goal for this year,
We did?
which was to get 400 subs.
Yay!
Because what, we have 404, I think, right now? If I looked at it, I think that was right. I think we got 404, which was our goal. Because, well, my goal. I say R as if you also run the. Yeah, it's 404.
I don't.
As if you run the channel as well. I think you are a part of the channel, which is why I say R.
I think one of the things that I just get some of our people to talk with for projects sometimes. By the way, John still wants an update.
But yeah, so 404, which is double where we started
Yeah.
for this year, because we were around 200, and so the goal was to get double that, and so we made it to 400. That means next year's goal, 800. We're gonna double again. I believe in us. I think we can double it. I do. So yeah, share with your friends. Let them know to like, comment, follow, subscribe. You can show your support for us in other ways by joining our Patreon, which is at Escape Reality Films. Shout out to Jennifer Brantley, who has been following us pretty much since the start of season 2.
Yeah.
I think maybe there was a couple weeks, there was like a few months before she started. Like, I think that was before the Patreon was something we pushed. But ever since we've been pushing it, she's been supporting us.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. That the money goes towards me getting books for us to review and stuff like this whiteboard, and it goes towards the production. And hopefully eventually, if we get enough people, it will go towards this being full time. That's the goal.
That is the end goal.
Like, that's the end goal of Patreon, is to be able to afford to do this full time. Because then we could just sit here for like 3 extra hours just playing this game and just messing around. But realistically, we can't.
Yeah.
So, reasons to check out the Patreon besides helping us to be able to do stuff like that in the future. You can watch our YouTube content before it's publicly available. Unfortunately, all of the Acquisitions Incorporated episodes are now officially live on YouTube. I think the last one went live a couple days ago, I think was when it came out. But we do have the Grim Hollow campaign, which is a...
Welcome to Atharis.
Yeah, it's more grimdark fantasy than Acquisitions. Acquisitions is meant to be a little goofy.
Acquisitions is a little bit goofy, a little bit funny. Meanwhile, in Grim Hollow, things are not so goofy and funny.
Although I'd say there's still a lot of comedic moments. But
considering what we're dealing with at the time,
it's not quite dark humor.
It's not
but it's
dark humor, but we have our moments.
And so that's Seth and some of his friends, and we go into like monster hunting, and currently they're trying to get some of their belongings back.
They're trying to get Laxnor's bag back because
a bag got switched with some drug stuff.
Yeah,
and so that's as far as we're gonna go without revealing too much, because
we
gotta want them more.
Not happy about it.
Yeah, and so the first 2 episodes are up there for that. It says session 3 and 4. Session 3 is the first episode because we lost the first 2 sessions. That was the whole great hard drive fall. But session 3 does go over what happened in those first 2 sessions, and so it's a good place to start. So sessions 3 and 4 are up, and you can watch those before anybody else if you join our Patreon. It's only $5 a month for that level, for that tier. And so, yeah, that's everything there. You can also find me on Twitter at EscapeRowdy94 and on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Caleb Lockwood. Caleb.Lockwood, sorry. And then, speaking of D&D stuff...
Yes, you can catch me on most Sundays. Not this one, because holidays. Playing D&D 5th edition with some friends of ours over on Steam Dungeon on YouTube from 5 to 7 Central Standard Time. in a campaign called Trials of Nebu.
And since it's on break, we'll not talk about any of it, and I'll say that now, since it's on break because of holidays,
Now
is
be
the
a good
perfect time to catch up.
'Cause
Yeah,
we're 17 sessions in.
so that's it. This is the perfect opportunity to catch up and see what you've been missing. So yeah, that's Steam Dungeon on YouTube.
Yeah.
So once again, thank you all for watching, and join us next week for the first episode of 2024 and the first episode of Season 3, where we will talk about the Revelations one shot and maybe some other stuff. I might toss some other stuff in there if I feel like we can do some extra comics. Kind of do the theme we've been doing lately with the end of Season 2, which was just a bunch. Oh, this is a comic. This is a comic. Especially since Revelations is a one shot, I think we can read some extra stuff. But at the very least, Revelations. So have a good, have a happy New Year, because this is the last time. Because this is the last time I'll see y'all in 2023, for the most part.
Yeah. Be safe.
Yeah. Party hard, but also be careful.
Drink responsibly.
Which is why we didn't drink it all today.
Yep.